Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Outside the Box with me, Nendo Boy. So for today, I am super excited to unbox and review my first ever 112 Catwoman action figure from Mezco Toyz. I am super stoked with this action figure because I am a big fan of Catwoman. I mean, she's my favorite Batman character. She's my favorite anti-hero. I love cats, so I'm just really excited for this action figure because Mezco Toyz specializes in adult collectibles. So I am really excited to finally get this one and to open it and share it with you guys. Okay, I can't wait any longer. It's time to bring Catwoman outside the box. Okay, this is the sleek box of Catwoman. It has the Catwoman logo along with the 112 Collectives and DC logo. Now on the side is a strong purple color along with the Mezco Toyz logo and the Catwoman icon. And the back panel shows what you will find inside, some images of Catwoman, and some of the warnings you need to know about this figure. Please remember that this figure is for ages 18 and up. Now, as soon as you remove the box sleeve, you will see a solid window box for the figure. There is a clear view of what's inside the figure and the accessories. You can even see the stand that's included in this figure. Also included in this package is a product care guideline. All the information you need to know on how to take care of your figure is here. And it also reminds you that this is intended for ages 18 and up. So this is the Catwoman figure along with her accessories. Let me first show you what's included in the box. First, you have a Ziploc where you can put all the loose parts and accessories of Catwoman. It also comes with a standard acrylic stand and also a Catwoman labeled base. Catwoman comes with two additional heads. The first one is this well-painted and well-sculpted Selina Kyle head. It's basically Catwoman without her cowl. I really like the sculpt and paint of this head. It really looks amazing. The second extra head is Catwoman with an angry fighting expression. She's wearing her cowl here. The cowl is also detailed. You can see the lining in the front and the back of the head sculpt. And she comes with a separate goggles. Now this goggles is very cool because it's made of green translucent material where it allows the light to pass through and you can see her eyes whenever she's wearing this. Now let's look at the hands included in this package. The first hand is a slightly gripped hand wherein you can use this to make her hold her whip or other accessories. She also comes with a hand with her fingers sticking out. Now this is, I guess, a hand that you can use whenever you want her to pose like she's holding a necklace that she stole just a while ago. And of course, she has her fighting hand wherein her claws are out. So you can make her scratch her enemy or make action poses with his hands. As you can see, the hand is also very detailed. You can see the texture of the inner hand and also the details of her nails. Now, Catwoman also comes with a backpack, which makes sense because she's a burglar and she needs a place where she can put all the items she just stole. And of course, what is Catwoman without her iconic whip? Now, this whip is made of soft rubber. I was hoping that this is wired so you can make dynamic poses with her whip, but it's only made of soft plastic or rubber, which is a bummer. Now let's look closely at the actual figure. This is the Catwoman figure. It feels great. The head sculpt is amazing. There's so much details on her cowl, even on the back. And the texture of the cat suit is phenomenal. It's something great. I mean, it feels good in your hand, and she has this belt wherein she can pick locks. I mean, those details are really amazing, and I'm glad that it's included in this type of figure. If you feel her cat suit, it feels really great. The height is amazing on her. Even her boots are very well detailed. So that's a plus point for me because you can do so much with this action figure just with the amount of details that they've thrown into this action figure. So far, I'm really liking how it feels. I mean, at first, I thought it was going to be weird because it's in 12 scale and then it has clothes on. So I was really worried of how it will translate, but so far it's been looking amazing. I mean, I also like the fact that you can put her goggles on, you can remove it from her head, and you can also wear it over her forehead, so you can have another way of posing her. There's a lot of different things you can do with the head sculpt. There are Catwoman action figures out there that doesn't necessarily do that. It's either her goggles are already on her eyes or it's over her head. So I'm glad we get to have the option to choose however we're going to wear the goggles. I mean, that's just an amazing touch for this action figure, wherein you can really customize the way you play it or the way you pose it. So it also goes with the other two heads. You can actually put the goggles on each of the head. Now let's try putting the backpack to her back. She's actually okay without the backpack, but she also looks good with the backpack. As I've mentioned earlier ago, it makes sense because she's a burglar and she goes around Gotham City trying to steal stuff. She has her tools, and this is a good add-on on this figure, and it adds more personality, which is amazing. So I'm really loving how this action figure is turning out. Now, changing her head is just easy. It has a ball joint, so you can easily remove her head. Let's try the head where she has this angrier or fiercer facial expression. Again, it doesn't have the goggles, so you can put it in or you can remove it depending on what you like. And then it's kind of tight, but yeah, it's just easy to remove. And then you can also replace it with this Selina Kyle head. So she completely removed her cowl, and you can have her pose around or play with her with this type of head. I'm really loving the two additional heads. It's always fantastic when you get action figures with different facial expression. And again, this Selina Kyle or this Catwoman has an amazing head sculpt. Now let's look at the articulation. So this is my first Mezco, so I'm hoping it has good articulation. For the head, it has a ball joint. You guys kind of saw it a while ago when I was changing her head. So she can look up and down, and she can also tilt her head sideways. And of course, because it's ball joint, you can basically rotate her head, make her look anywhere you want, to her left or to her right. So it's a good range of motion when it comes to her head. Now for her torso, she has a hinge there, so you can have a good enough ab crunch and you can rotate her torso. But I think in a way the cat suit is preventing her from actually tilting all the way back. So it kind of inhibits her range of motion there. Now for her arms, there's a hinge there, so you can move her arms up and down and up to this point, and you can there's also a bicep swivel and an arm swivel, and there's a joint here where you can bend her elbows. Now I guess it's because of the cat suit or also the joint, but her elbow only bends up to this point, which is kind of a bummer for me because I want her to be really flexible because she's Catwoman and I would love to have more poses with her. There's a hinge for her hands, so you can swivel it up and down and also rotate it. Now for her legs, there's of course a joint there, but again, this is just how far she can spread her legs. Well, she can kick this high, but you can't make her split because of her cat suit. Again, the cat suit prevents her from doing really complicated poses, but she can kick forward and move her legs back up to this point. You can also swivel her legs, so there's a swivel joint there. If you want to rotate her legs, inwards and outwards, so there's a good swivel joint there. For her knees, there's I don't know if it's a double joint or a single joint, but the problem is she can only bend her legs up to this point because again, the cat suit is preventing her from having to fold her legs all the way to the back, which is a bummer because I really want her to be flexible. She also has a swivel joint on her ankle, so you can have a good ankle pivot there. A good enough range of motion in terms of tilting her foot. But I was hoping there's another joint for her toes so she can have even more dynamic poses or even more cat-like poses. Because that's what Catwoman is about. She needs to be very flexible. She needs to have this amazing cat-like poses. Now it's time for size check. Let's look at Catwoman's size. She is she's about 6.1 inches. Now for size comparison, this is Catwoman alongside my Batman from my Multiverse DC action figure. And this is Catwoman with Batgirl. Now, she's a little taller than Batgirl, which is, I think, a good scale. Now let's look at Catwoman with her Bat family. Now let's look at Catwoman with Rogue from Marvel Legends so we can have a scale of female figure. Also, this is Catwoman with Logan from Marvel Legends, so she's taller than Logan. And a Stormtrooper from SH Figure Arts. And this is Son Goku of SH Figure Arts with a correct scale. And Catwoman with my Sora from SH Figure Arts. So she has a good range of scale. The verdict. Overall, I think it's an amazing action figure. I mean, it's very unique. I love the attempt of Catwoman in this very detailed cat suit. It captures that Catwoman look perfectly. The head sculpt is amazing, and the cat suit is really something phenomenal. I mean, the texture is really great. One thing I was hoping for this action figure is that it can have a great articulation, because as Catwoman, she needs to be very flexible and she needs to have amazing poses. That's one thing that's missing on this action figure, alongside with the whip. The whip should be wired. But overall, it's a great looking Catwoman, and I'm very happy that this is now part of my collection. I have no regrets getting this action figure. Okay, that's it guys. I hope you liked the figure as much as I did. What do you think of the Catwoman from Mezco? Please let me know your thoughts. Comment them down below. If you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. If you also like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button so you can see more outside the box reviews and tutorials from me. I hope to see you guys again. Always remember to be kind, be awesome, Jamata, bye bye.